Ow.
What's up, everyone? Punchy back with Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3, It's Higurashi. And it's been a while, but this is it's a midnight Higurashi. Well, for me. It probably won't be for you guys. But I'm going to be reading this at midnight. Why? I don't really know. I just decided, you know what? I think I'll wait till midnight to do this. No really other logical explanation. It's not like it makes it creepy or anything, because I have the lights on. I don't know. Just why not, right? Anyway, last time, things got even weirder. So we learned that... Well, we heard from Rena, Rena, Mion and Rika that Punchy was having all fun and stuff, and that they got Satoko at the festival. But Punchy actually got to talk to Satoko, which is what I was thinking. Is like, we haven't said anything to Satoko this entire time. It's only been them. And find out that she didn't actually go. She didn't go. She went crazy, and she's like, and Punchy was like, he made the stupid mistake of saying, he didn't come home, did he? Referencing her uncle. She's like, what are you talking about? My uncle's always there. Gah! And it was really bad. And then she left, and then now we're left with creepy Rena and creepy Mion, like, hey Punchy, what do you mean? Creepy eyes. So yeah. Not the best situation we've put ourselves in. And Punchy is all, oh yeah, it's gonna be the perfect day. No, it is not the perfect day. And with them closely at my sides, we left the school, as if they were police officers taking me away. They talked about silly things the entire way home, like they always did, but they always stood at my sides, as if to prevent me from escaping. This was strange. Everything about this day was strange. Actually, it had been strange ever since the previous night. Yes, thinking back, it's been strange ever since killing Satoko's uncle. That creepy meeting with Takano-san was only the beginning. That insane night was still continuing. Yes, it still hadn't ended. What? What's wrong, Punchy-chan? Why did you suddenly stop? Sorry, it's nothing. When I stopped, it was distant, but I definitely heard them. An extra set of footsteps. That was proof. Proof that insane night hadn't ended. Mion left where she usually did, and finally we came to my house. Okay, Punchy-kun. Wait here for me. Ren will come to pick you up soon. What was it? She was inviting me along on one of her oversized garbage treasure hunts at the dam site, right? Well, we don't know, there's nothing good there either. But why now? Mion coming along was strange too. Mion may have accepted Rena's little hobby, but she hated fishing through garbage, so she'd never come with her before. Punchy, you had a whole night of like, I don't know, you were on edge, you could see everything, like, you were very aware, and now all of a sudden the day's over and he's, man. And the location, specifically being the dam site, was a little creepy. The dam construction site was completely outside the flow of everyday life. It was so remote that no one ever went there, unless they thought to in particular. Nobody lived there, and there were no lights, so at night it got dark very quickly. I was being forcibly invited there. There was no reason I had to fear Rena and Mion. Besides, wouldn't the trouble I'd make by refusing them be a pain to deal with? In that way, it didn't seem like going treasure hunting with them was a bad idea. But that insane night was continuing. Haven't the sirens of instinct been wailing in my mind for a while now? Warning me that Rena and Mion were strange. That I needed to be cautious. The warning signs were so freaking loud it felt like my head would split in two. Rena, I actually have something to do. Something to do? Like what? Like what? I just have something to do, okay? If you had something to do, why didn't you say it while Michan was here? I already told her to meet at the dam site before we split up. Rena was smiling, but her words made her discomfort clear. Sorry, I just kind of missed the opportunity to say so. Really? You're lying, aren't you? You just made it up now, you liar. That's what Rena's eyes said to me. My head hurts. I might have a cold, so I want to get it checked out and get some medicine. Really? That wasn't really a lie. My head did hurt a little bit, so I wasn't lying. Rena, she couldn't figure out if my head hurt or not, just by looking at it. Then, I guess that's that. After staring me in the eyes for a few moments, she fired a sharp, needle-like stare at me. The tension in my body loosened, and I felt my knees might buckle. If you're going to the clinic, then you should go soon. Sometimes they close early. Thanks. I'll do that. Make sure you go, okay? To the hospital. I will. Go. For real. I will. It seemed like Ren had realized that I was going to refuse her invitation for a while now. With how serious she looks, she might actually call the clinic later to make sure I went. I couldn't say anything careless. Lying about getting checked out was just an excuse to decline her request in the first place. It didn't matter whether I actually went. Yeah, I'll go. If you want, I can bring you the bill tomorrow. Oh, that would be good. Be sure to bring it, okay? Ren will look at it then. Another tingle started crawling up my back. There was no ignoring it. Rena and Mion must have been monitoring my movements. That wasn't normal. Far from it. All of it was insane. I did what I did because I wanted my peaceful life back. But what on earth was all this? It was far from peaceful. Something had gone mad, leaving the world out of order. It's weird when, even in this different chapter, where Punchy killed someone and he's not like before, where he seems to be still one of the more regular people, or at least in like our group. With the other Punchy Maribara, with those creepy footsteps I've been hearing, with Ren and Mion acting so curious, and above all, with him being alive. Where was I? Hinamazawa Village, Shishibone. I knew that much. Was this really the Hinamazawa I knew? Hey, Punchy Maribara, where is this? I asked, whipping around before the front door, to face the one who has been following in my wake all day. Nobody would have been there, of course. Punchy Maribara, huh? That's why I just called him. Called the one who had been trailing behind me this whole time. That shadowy presence, always clinging to me, like it was constantly watching for the opportunity to change places. Footsteps always following me was another impossibility. It couldn't have been a ghost, so it was just impossible. So the strangest must have been my ears, my head, or Hinamazawa. Everything I could see was the same exact Hinamazawa I knew so well, and that gave me the creeps. Eventually, I decided to actually go to the clinic. I really didn't want to go outside, but a stronger feeling than that desire was the fear Rena might actually be keeping an eye on me to see if I went to the hospital. But before I went to the clinic, there was something I wanted to make sure of. It was at school. I pretended I'd forgotten something. I was going back to the classroom to pick it up. As soon as the thought crossed my mind, I was overwhelmed by paranoia. I was just going to the classroom, but I hated it so much, having to be careful to fake it. After carefully verifying once more that nobody was watching, I went over to the locker. Yes, Satoshi's locker. I committed the crime with the bat I found in this locker, Satoshi's bat, and then I had thrown the bat into the swamp, which meant the bat shouldn't have been inside. But what if the bat was still in there? It was a very dreadful, incomprehensible idea, but if it was true, it would explain a lot. If the bat was in here, yesterday's events would have all been a delusion. No, an illusion. I hadn't killed anyone, and I'd gone to the festival. I had a great time rampaging about with everyone. It would prove that Punchy was really me. Proof that I was the only one under some strange assumption that I had killed Satoko's uncle. Proof that it had all been a wild fantasy. That would explain everything. Nothing happened yesterday. I had just gone mad, unable to separate my shocking uncle-killing dream from reality. That would explain everything. If the bat was here, would I be able to accept that reality? If it was here, nothing would have changed. If it was here, it would just mean I'd gone crazy. Preparing myself for the worst, I opened the locker. I was actually scared of opening slowly, so I threw it open with a bang. And just like the first time, the choking scent of smell and sweat like a stale towel came flowing out. There was a baseball uniform and some other miscellaneous other things like notebooks. There was also a shoe pouch. And as for the bat, it wasn't here. It was how I left it when I took the bat out. There was no doubt. Yesterday really happened. Now that I knew I wasn't a lunatic, I felt relieved. But at the same time, if I wasn't the crazy one, then Hinozawa was. And the evidence of reality I found just as difficult to accept. There was a noise, somehow creeping into everything I saw, and the world was losing a tiny bit of color. So, what did I know about last night now? Now that I made sure the bat wasn't there, I didn't need to be here anymore. Shall I go? For real? To the hospital? It was my first time going to the hospital, but from what I'd heard, it wasn't far from school. My mom had told me where it was. A big, easy-to-read road went straight there. If we're going to the hospital, that means Takano's there, isn't it? I went past the shopping street, made a turn. It wasn't overly hard to spot the sign with Irie Clinic written on it. Oh, Irie! There was one other person, an older man there, in the air-conditioned waiting room. I went up to the counter and told them it was my first time here. The man behind the counter glanced at the clock, said there would be a short wait. It was almost 5. Clinic hours would be ending soon. I sat in this unfamiliar waiting room, isolated from everyone, and let myself feel the cold air. I actually felt relieved. What should I tell the doctor when he comes? I could tell him I had a cold, but I was the very picture of health. Actually, I wanted him to check my head. I wanted someone to confirm for me whether I was really sane or not. Punchy Mirabara-san? Please come into the examination room. Huh? The voice from the other side of the examination curtain. I thought I'd heard it somewhere before. Oh no. Oh, hey! Hello. This is the first time we've seen each other here. Coach! Coach, you were a doctor? Now that you mention it, he did seem to know his way around when he was looking at my shoulder in the nurse's office. It would make sense if he was actually a doctor. Come to think of it, our teacher called him Airi-sensei, didn't she? Well, yes, I'm more or less a doctor here. Doctors have it really good, you know. You get to see and touch all the young, silky smooth skin. I could inject them with a weird chemical that'd make them my slaves, and have them be my personal maids. Thank you very much. Just seeing that made my cold go away. Oh, if only. I'll be leaving now. Polite bow. Whoa, wait. Mibara-san. A joke. It was a joke. Come on, come. Sit down and let me take a look at you. I'll need to use my stethoscope, so show me your silky smooth chest, Mibara-san. For some reason, I felt really relieved. After that insane night, as much as I thought everything had gone crazy, Coach was here doing the same thing he always did. I was very happy for that. You don't seem to have a cold. Actually, those scrapes and cuts all over you seem to be a painful thing. Don't tell me you were playing in the bushes with short sleeves and shorts. I mean, I can't say for sure you haven't been infected with tetanus. As I was chasing that man last night, I kept getting scraped by bits of trees. I didn't realize I had so many cuts. You went a little too crazy at the festival yesterday. Enjoy that while you're young. And once again, I apparently went to the festival. Coach, did you go too? To the festival? Yes, of course I did. I may be doctor, but I'm also on the Watanagashi Executive Committee. Did you see me there? The coach was the same coach I'd always known, and I felt like I could trust him more than my weird friends, so I asked. Well, actually, I was drinking in the main tent with the chairman and others the whole time. I didn't go out to see the festival at all. I don't think I saw you. Oh. That was a strange question. Did you have too much to drink and forget about what happened last night? And underage too, you bad child. Coach let out a laugh. He didn't laugh in an unnatural way, like Mion and Rena did. Coach was okay. He was the coach from the world I knew. Oh, this is like my Tomotaki for like regular times, except I think he'll go above and beyond. Although someone did say Tomotaki had a bigger part to play. I'm really interested to see what that is about. He wasn't someone from this abnormal world. Well, this all might seem a little weird to you, but I want you to hear me out without laughing. Yes, go ahead. I greatly welcome any shy, bashful worries you might have when you come into your secondary sex characteristics. Could it be possible that I have an identical twin? Coach hadn't expected that question at all, and couldn't say anything for a moment. But then he smiled calmly and quietly answered. This is just superstition, but I've heard before that everyone has two other people in the world who look just like them. If there was, I'd certainly like to meet him, though. Also, there are plenty of fairy tales where a person's double appears. The German one about doppelgangers are probably the most famous. Doppelgangers? Yes, they look exactly like another person. Apparently, they herald misfortune, and if you meet one, you are sure to die soon. I think that's how it went. When you meet them, you're sure to die soon. The story ended directly in death, plain and simple, and it made my spine tingle. Coach wasn't saying it to scare me, though. He was just offering a casual anecdote, but that made it feel all the more real. Have you heard of one of those things showing up in Hinamizawa? What? Well, I can't say that I have. Coach must have thought he was being teased, so he laughed in an exaggerated way. But when I didn't smile along with him, His laughter steadily grew fainter. I'm sorry, well, I was sort of being serious. No, I apologize for laughing. Was there something you were worried about? I wondered if I should tell him. Then, after resolving myself one final time, I slowly spoke. I didn't go to the festival yesterday. Is that right? Well, there will be one next year. And then you can... That's not what I meant. I didn't go to the festival, but according to everyone else, I was there. Could that even be possible? After blinking his eyes in amazement, Coach thought seriously about what I was trying to say, and he answered, choosing his words carefully. Let me make sure I have this straight. Meibara-kun, you went to the Watsunagashi festival but don't remember it, am I right? I was trying to say something completely different, but I suppose any sane person would come to that conclusion. That night, Punchy Meibara was actually at the festival, but I was saying I didn't go. That obviously meant my memories of going there had failed me. But that was absolutely impossible. That vivid act I had committed during the downpour couldn't possibly have been an illusion. All these scripts on my body prove it, as does the fact the bat wasn't in the locker. No, that's not it, Coach. I really didn't go to the festival. Please don't take offense, Meibara-san. Have you ever had an experience where you were suddenly somewhere unfamiliar and you don't remember why? No. And I didn't lose my memories or anything, because while the fest was going on, I was definitely doing something else. It wasn't like I was asleep or unconscious or anything. You're certain you were doing something else. I know I'm being awfully rude, but are you sure you're not mistaken? I know I'm not. My memories are clear as day, and they were real. During the festival, you weren't at the shrine, and you were doing something somewhere else. Can you definitely prove that? That's right. Thinking it through brought me to this. There was only one way to prove that I wasn't really at the festival yesterday, and that was to show there was no doubt I had killed her uncle. Coach saw me struggling to answer, and his eyes looked a little cold. I guess they would. After all, from Coach's perspective, I was just a weirdo sputtering nonsense. Would you like to lay down? Maybe you should relax and take it easy for a bit. Sorry, I didn't really come here to lay down. You seem to be a little worked up. Why don't I give you a sedative that'll let you sleep for a bit? That way, I'm not being strange. Coach seemed to realize he was treating me like a deviant, and he raised his voice. I apologize if I've offended you, so please calm down. I definitely didn't go to the festival. That's the truth. I understand, so please calm down. Take a deep breath. No, you don't understand at all. Coach was stunned and stared in stupefaction. Huh, that's a new word. I do understand, Meibara-san. You didn't go to the festival yesterday. Is that right? I believe you. Coach jotted on a brief note in his records. He's writing it in German, so his patient wouldn't know what he'd said. But I could make a good guess as to what he wrote. You won't believe me until I tell you everything I was doing at the time, will you? No, I believe you. Please sit down. Before I sat, I tilted my head back a little. The blood in my face all drained out. I was quieted down. After taking a deep breath, I made sure I was calm now. It would have been impossible for me to be at the festival, because at the time, I was... Should I tell him or not? I really didn't want to go on living like this, feeling this horrible. And I said them, the final fatal words, because I was killing Satoko's uncle at the time. Oh, what? Oh, God. Punchy just gets into these situations where he just ends up telling the truth, or telling a crucial bit of information that he... Ugh. I mean... I mean, like, this isn't what I thought. We would have been dragged to the old the dump pile thingy. I thought we would be there right now, not in Coach's office telling him that we killed Totoka's uncle. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh, jeez. Bye-bye.